Rambo reportedly composed upwards of 2,500 songs. ASCAP and BMI show only several hundred registered titles attributed to Rambo in its online database. Rambo's best-known songs include, We Shall Behold Him, Holy Spirit Thou Art Welcome, In This Place, I Go to the Rock, Sheltered in the Arms of God, I Will Glory in the Cross, He Looked Beyond My Fault, Tears Will Never Stain the Streets of That City, For What Earthly Reason, If That Isn't Love, and Too Much to Gain to Lose. She also wrote country music songs recorded by Jimmy Davis, Charlie Louvin, Rhonda Vincent, and Hank Snow, among others. Rambo's songs have been recorded by a virtual who's who in the music world, with her biggest songwriting cut being Whitney Houston's version of I Go to the Rock, which appeared on the motion picture soundtrack for The Preacher's Wife. The recording garnered Rambo and Houston the 1998 GMA Dove Award for Traditional Gospel Song of the Year. In addition, other secular artists have recorded Dottie Rambo compositions, including Solomon Burke, Johnny Cash, Carol Channing, Barbara Fairchild, Larry Gatlin, Crystal Gale, Vince Gill, Wanda Jackson, George Jones, Alison Krauss, Jerry Lee Lewis, Barbara Mandrell, Bill Monroe, the Oak Ridge Boys, Dolly Parton, Elvis Presley, Little Richard, Jeannie C. Riley, Connie Smith, Hank Snow, Mel Tillis, Rhonda Vincent, Porter Wagoner, and Dottie West. Numerous Christian/gospel artists have recorded her songs, such as Aaron Jeffrey, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, the Barrett Sisters, the Blackwood Brothers, the Booth Brothers, the Inspirations, Greater Vision, Commissioned, the Crabb Family, Andre Crouch, Danny Bell Hall, Jimmy Davis, DC Talk, Jeff and Sherry Easter, the Florida Boys, the Happy Goodmans, Steve Green, Larnell Harris, Jake Hess, the Hoppers, the Isaacs, Bobby Jones, Ron Canoli, Doyle Lawson, Mark Lowry, Janet Paschal, Sandy Patty, Karen Peck, the Spear Family, Albertina Walker, Vicki Winans, Karen Wheaton, Jimmy Swaggart, and the Collingsworth family. Throughout her career, beginning with the 1960s Gospel Singing Jubilee, Rambo appeared on numerous television programs on virtually every Christian network as well as the TNN, KX, and GMT Women's Entertainment channels. Dottie was part of Christian television since its conception, appearing on Pat Robertson's CBN, The 700 Club, Paul and Jan Crouch's and TBN, Jim and Tammy Faye Backer's PTL. Dottie had her own series, Dottie Rambo Magazine, in the 1980s on TBN. It was the number 2 rated program on the network for 6 years and has rerun on and off since. Her show featured segments of cooking, music, fashion shows, and celebrity friends such as Barbara Mandrell, Connie Smith, Dottie West, Minnie Pearl, and Lisa Whelchel, of the Facts of Life sitcom. Dottie Rambo performed on several of the Gaither Homecoming video series, see her discography, including one devoted solely to her songs, Dottie Rambo with Homecoming Friends. Her last appearance was Nashville Homecoming, released posthumously in 2009, in which she performed, I Just Came to Talk with You Lord. Dottie Rambo has been the subject of many biographic television specials, TBN's Portrait of Grace, NSP's Inspirational Groundbreakers, BBC's White Gospel, and GMC's Faith and Fame, with the last being her final interview aired on television. In 1987, Rambo suffered a ruptured disc which led to paralysis in her left leg. She underwent a series of surgeries that eventually reinstated limited mobility. Dottie and Buck divorced in 1994. Although partially disabled, Rambo made major television appearances including The 700 Club, and as a regular guest performer on TBN. In 1994, TBN produced a tribute concert special that featured 2 hours of performances by Ricky Skaggs, Ricky Van Shelton, Vicki Winans, Jeannie C. Riley, Lulu Roman, and many others. In 2002, Rambo re-entered the studio to record her first solo album in 18 years. The result was the award-winning hit Stand by the River. The title track, a duet with Dolly Parton, went to the number 1 spot of the Christian country radio chart, as did its follow-up, I'm Gonna Leave Here Shoutin'. In 2004, a major live concert DVD/CD project, We Shall Behold Him, a tribute to Dottie Rambo, was released. The concert was hosted by Barbara Mandrell and included performances by Dolly Parton, Crystal Gayle, Larry Gatlin, The Isaacs, Jesse Dixon, Vestal Goodman, The Spears, The Crabb Family, and Albertina Walker. In 2007, she performed nationwide and appeared in concert at country singer Dolly Parton's Tennessee theme park, Dollywood. In November 2007, Rambo completed another studio album with the working title of Sheltered. This album was released posthumously in September 2009 on Daywind Records. The project features 12 tracks, including duets with Porter Wagoner, Mel Tillis, The Whites and Lulu Roman. Upon completing this project, Rambo started another project that was to feature new compositions and music for a 2009 release. In 2010, a tribute album began the recording process, featuring new tracks by artists from various genres of music, such as George Jones, Little Richard, Dolly Parton, Solomon Burke and other legendary performers. The album was reported to have been produced by her longtime manager, Larry Ferguson, and former assistant, Chris Barnes. As a songwriter, Whitney Houston, Elvis Presley, Carol Channing, Sandy Patty, Barbara Mandrell, Dolly Parton, Vince Gill, Rhonda Vincent, Vestal Goodman, Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, Solomon Burke, and George Jones are among those who have recorded her songs. Her songs have appeared in movies such as Undertow. It's very common to find hymnals that include Dottie's compositions. The Gaither Homecoming series have featured/covered dozens of her songs. Moreover, she has appeared in 5 of the Gaither Homecoming video and TV series. Since the conception of Christian television networks, Dottie was a fixture on the new platform. Rambo appeared on Pat Robertson's CBN and 700 Club, Paul and Jan Crouch's TBN, Jim and Tammy Faye Backer's PTL. Her closest association was with TBN, where she had a TV series that ran as their number 2 rated show for 6 years, the Dottie Rambo magazine. Her series featured music, cooking segments, and celebrity guests, Minnie Pearl, Barbara Mandrell, Dottie West, Connie Smith, Lisa Whelchel and many others. In 1991 Dottie was inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. 1997 the Southern Gospel Music Hall of Fame. The Christian Country Music Association's Songwriter of the Century. In 2006 she was inducted into the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame with Lily Tomlin presenting her the honor. In 2007 Barbara Mandrell presented Dottie her induction into the Nashville Songwriter Association's Hall of Fame. She was the 10th female ever to be inducted. In 2008 she was inducted into the Georgia Music Hall of Fame. In 2000, Rambo was awarded the ASCAP Lifetime Achievement Award. Her music is known for its poetic lyrics and cross-genre reaching melodies often dealing with themes such as heaven, Christian sacrifice, hurts, and the born-again Christian experience. On May 11, 2008, while on her tour bus heading to Texas for a Mother's Day concert, Rambo's tour bus crashed, killing her instantly. The crash took place in Vernon, Missouri. The other 6 passengers survived with injuries, including her manager Larry Ferguson and his family. A tribute album in honor of Dottie's songwriting will be released in 2021. The album will feature artists of various genres singing their favorite Rambo composition. Rambo's longtime manager Larry Ferguson is co-producer of the project. Rambo died on May 11, 2008, as a result of injuries sustained in a bus accident along Interstate 44, just outside Mount Vernon, Missouri. She had just finished a performance at Calvary Life Church in Granite City, Illinois and was en route to a Mother's Day show in Texas when the 1997 Prevost bus she was traveling in ran off the road, struck a guardrail and hit an embankment. Rambo was pronounced dead at the scene. Her manager Larry Ferguson and his family were injured in the crash. Her funeral was held at Christ Church in Nashville, Tennessee on May 19, 2008. Singers sang Rambo's compositions and included a who's who in the Christian music world. Dottie's longtime friend Barbara Mandrell was one of those who eulogized the gospel music icon. President George W. Bush sent a flag that hung over the White House on the day of her passing, along with remarks that were read. She was interred at the Woodlawn Memorial Park in Nashville. Lily Tomlin's parents, Little Jimmy Dickens and Jim Ed Brown, are interred next to her.